Hello and welcome. In this video, you are going to get the basic information on how to get started in using UCINET. UCINET is the most widely used software for carrying out social network analysis. In particular, in this video, you are going to learn about the different options that exist within UCINET for conducting social network analysis, and you will also learn about the existence of NetDraw. This is a drawing interface for UCINET. Last, you will also learn how to set up an input and an output folder and why it is important to know how to do this and why to do this. So when you open UCINET, you're going to get this. This is how UCINET looks. It doesn't look very pretty or very exciting, but don't fall for the looks, but rather focus on what you can actually do with it, because UCINET is very powerful when it comes to social network analysis. If you click on the network tab, that's where most of the social network analysis activities will actually take place. So this is where you can calculate centrality measures under centrality and power. So here you can see all the different measures that UCINET can compute for you, including the ones that we talked about in class, such as degree centrality, closeness centrality, eigenvector centrality, etc. Also within UCINET, we have NetDraw. As I mentioned already, this is an interface for drawing networks within UCINET. And NetDraw has a shortcut here in this icon. When you click on it, it's going to open that interface. And it's a visualization software. Basically, what this means is that once you have a network dataset that you would like to study, you can also create a visual representation of that network dataset. That means that you can see the nodes and the ties and how the network actually looks. In other videos, you're going to learn how to use NetDraw. NetDraw can also compute some social network analysis measures for you. But for personal reasons, I prefer to use UCINET more than using NetDraw, because UCINET, that interface is much more powerful, as I already mentioned. Now, the second thing we're going to do here is learn how to set up an input and an output folder. Why do we want to do this? Well, because the input folder will tell UCINET where it should look for data when opening a dataset. The output folder tells UCINET where it should write all the data that is generating. This is important because every time you do a calculation within UCINET, UCINET is going to generate a file. And therefore, it is important that you know where these files are being saved to. So if we can start, we can already set up the default folder. This default folder corresponds to the input folder, where UCINET is going to be reading all the data from. When you click on it, you see this window popping up, and all you have to do is simply select the folder where you would like UCINET to search for files every time you want to load up a file. You click select folder, and now you can see that the current directory for UCINET is set to the folder that you just selected. So that means that every time that you want to open a dataset, UCINET is going to go directly to that folder. This is practical if all your data is contained in this specific folder. You may not want to do this in case your data is scattered all over your computer, of course. Now, the next step is setting up an output folder. This is even more important because, as I mentioned, every time you compute a calculation within UCINET, UCINET generates a file. And by telling UCINET where you want all these files to be saved to, you don't have to be juggling throughout your computer to find all these UCINET generated files. To create an output folder, you have to go to Options, and then you go to Output folder, and then you select where you want that output folder to go. Then you select your preferred destination. You select that. In this case, it's already preset to the one I want. And then you click OK. And now you have set both an input and an output folder destination for UCINET.